didn't pass.
Right.
So you knew that wasn't going to be done. That wasn't the last of it. So our friends at MSO TrueLeave, I think it's TrueLeave. Yes. It's actually, excuse me, it's called Smart and Safe Florida. It's backed by TrueLeave, has run into a lawsuit because there is a question about the signatures that they're using right now to get the next referendum in front of the voters. And
They baked them?
well, it says here. Well, you know what? Why don't we have a little bit of a? Do we have a story on this, Chris? I think we do,
What?
right?
A story on what?
The second news.
Florida.
Florida Recreational Marijuana Petition?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put that.
Yep, here we go.
Put it up.
And Total Wine. You can walk in there right now, 21 and over, and buy a THC drink that's derived from hemp. Imagine the little old lady drinking that drink, especially after a glass of wine, thinking it's going to take the edge off. She all of a sudden starts breathing colors and talking to spirits, and ends up in the ER.
There's another push to make recreational pot legal in Florida. 24 states, including Washington, D.C., have legalized both medical and recreational use.
Not here.
56% of voters said yes to Amendment 3 in November here in Florida in support of making marijuana legal for adults.
But 56% not enough. In Florida, amendments need 60% support to pass.
So this group, supported by MSO, which is a truly multi-state, operator, vertically integrated, is looking to push the whole movement forward in Florida. And I don't know, man. I don't know what Florida's. I mean, I don't know what the issue is with these 600 signatures. Honestly, if Chris, if you can figure that out, please tell me. I don't know.
What specifically?
I mean, in Florida,
what's the lawsuit about with these 600,000 signatures? What's the problem with these? Here's my problem with the whole thing is that these, there's a lot that they did right in Florida with taxes, and there's things that they got governmentally right in Florida. But man, there's a lot that they get wrong, and it's, you go back to the old Republican playbook that cannabis is bad. I think Louisiana would tell you that they would fucking hope that Florida would start getting their act together so they don't have to be trafficked through. You know what I mean? Their state's the one that gets trafficked. Everything gets trafficked through between Texas and Florida. These are states that don't have their act together when it comes to cannabis. And it would just seem to me that life would be a fucking lot easier if you just go with the flow, man. It's already, it's been clearly proven that it's not going to change anything. If only can help it, we've already known that towns that adopt the cannabis or have at least one dispensary, the teens in that town don't drink as much alcohol. They know that.
So true now.
So I don't know what Florida's problem is other than it's Republican controlled, and while that might work in some areas, it seriously doesn't work in the cannabis space. And so, I feel sorry for those guys, but Florida's a main stage type of state for weed.
Is it
And
medically?
I think it's important for the industry to have for Florida to have cannabis.
And
Maybe the most important.
Like they said, with where they're located. I mean, if they're bringing things in off the black market, I'd rather not.
That also could be part of the reason why, too.
You're
It's
right.
the cartel access.
Yes, yeah.
You know what
Isn't
I mean?
the fastest growing market of marijuana users people over 60?
It might be.
I think they just came
Higher
out of
life.
the closet is
Right.
what it is.
Yeah.
And do you guys think
Mason's not going to win.
But I mean, the quote is hilarious. Or some old lady's gonna drink this THC drink and be breathing colors.
Yeah, what is she
I'm
gonna
like,
do?
all right, dude.
That's
you're
the
being a little
problem.
dramatic.
That's why he.
Yeah.
That's why
Did
he
he give
got.
a
Reefer
brand?
madness right there.
That's
So,
why he
come
got
on.
the fart sound, because he was outrageously
Oh, okay,
stupid.
that
was
was.
insane.
And I just still can't understand that you cannot own a gun, but you can take OxyContin.
Well,
and
we're
you
going to
can-
talk about that because not tonight,
some
but we're going to talk
bullshit.
about
Yeah,
it
that
some-
needs a whole
because
night.
the Supreme Court is actually looking at that right now in terms of
As they
Second
should.
Amendment and legal cannabis, specifically medicinal cannabis. They're looking at, does one give up the right to bear an arm when you are under the prescription or under the medicine
Medical,
of
yeah.
cannabis. And so that's a whole nother thing for
Should not have to
that's
pick.
another thing for another
Yeah.
night. We'll dive deep into that, and hopefully we can pull some guests in here who can help us navigate
Cool.
that. But yeah, that's another thing that we need to eventually look at. I think. What do you guys think about petitions being the means to drive referendums? I mean, it seems to me like you're basically allowing special interest group to determine what shows up on your ballots.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to who's paid off, and that's what I really believe.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be
Well, no, it's
negative, but
true.
I really believe
True.
that, and I've seen
But
it
it's true.
firsthand.
Petitioning is just another version of campaigning either way. You know what I mean? It's the same exact technique. So I don't necessarily think, I mean, it's just like if you want to throw that out, throw the whole thing out. You know what I mean? Throw the whole system out. And
Yeah, I agree.
because like, you know, how else are you going to get the opinions of the communities and
Right.
and whatnot? I can't really think of like another way where you can find out what the law should be like in your area. You know what I mean? If
Like if you've come out with a really stupid idea.
But Pennsylvania
probably
doesn't
won't get
do
a lot of
Pennsylvania
people to
doesn't
sign,
do
right?
referendums.
But if you have a good
Right.
one that people
You
like,
can't move something forward in Pennsylvania via
referendum?
a referendum.
you can with petitions for sure.
Can
Well,
somebody
it doesn't.
please tell
It
me what
doesn't go to a
referendum
ballot.
is?
No,
It's
no,
when
it
the
doesn't go.
peop-
I got you. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
now I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
We can't we can't decide to legalize in a state. Right.
But the petitions do
Move things.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah,
exactly.
I agree.
So-
I agree.